Hey, Alex.
Hey, Andrew.
What's this?
This is Brains on the Outside.
And what is Brains on the Outside?
It's the podcast we record every week, Andrew. It's about exploring creativity through ridiculous business ideas.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. Like, we come up with ideas like, what if there was a magic 8-ball powered by AI that would make all your life decisions for you?
Yeah, what if there was?
It would make my life a lot less stressful, taking away that responsibility of decision making and also giving you this object you could blame for all your mistakes.
I would love to do that. I have been struggling myself recently with some really big decisions in my life.
How so? Which ones?
Well, we have a mutual friend,
Mhm.
James, who's getting married this year. Congratulations, James.
Congratulations, James.
And Dr. Lucy. And we have been tasked with planning some form of stag celebration for James. And choosing what to do on a stag celebration actually turns out to be really difficult. If I could shake a magic 8.1 ball and be like, what should we do for James' stag do? And it came up with a thing, I would love that.
I'm trying to imagine it though, like us going on that holiday and James being like, oh, this is actually really shit, guys. And us being like, yeah, actually a magic 8-ball came up with it. I don't think the reaction would be, oh, cool, guys, that's okay. I think the reaction would be like, oh, you didn't plan this yourself.
You didn't put any effort into this.
No effort at all.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe I don't want that.
Now, I do have a business idea, a pitch for a pretty fun activity I've been thinking up.
What, for this thing?
For stag do's, birthday parties, wedding anniversaries, every activity you think of, work, do's, it all.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Hit me.
Okay. I don't have evidence for this, but I feel there's something inside everybody, and me at least, that when I go outside or I see a big piece of machinery, I'm like, wow, I'm so jealous. I wish I could be driving that big piece of machinery.
Yeah.
I wish I could be the man in the JCB digging the big hole. I wish I could be the person in the Bagger 288 destroying German countryside.
Yeah.
Making that really, really big open mine. Not saying it's good to do these things. I'm just saying it's cool pieces of machinery that I kind of want to be in control of for a little while.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, even just the idea of being in charge of a spade
Yeah.
to dig a hole anywhere that's just a cool thing.
I'm glad you agree, because this is my business idea. It's a holiday destination for people to come and just dig a hole. You and your mates show up, and we hand you little gardening spades, and off you go. You just dig a hole to your heart's content.
It's just like going to the seaside when you're a kid.
Yes, that's exactly it.
But no one is there telling you that you've got to be careful, because if you dig it too deep, it might collapse and you might just be in there forever.
There will be very, very loose safety restrictions. You show up, we hand you the tools, and you dig a hole. Now, here's the thing. Once the hole gets big enough and you require a bigger shovel, you can come to us and get that shovel. And once that hole gets too deep, you can come to us and for a small fee, get a ladder. So you can climb down and keep digging. For another fee, you can get them to us to hire some kind of dump truck, and we'll take the dirt away.
Okay.
For a bigger fee, you'll get your JCB. For a bigger fee, we'll get you a Liebherr R9800, which is the biggest dump truck in the world. And this will just go on and on and on. How do you feel about this?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to run through the emotions that I felt at this time as we were. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. When we were talking about little spades, I was like, yeah, digging a hole together. That's a friendly activity.
Yeah.
And they were like, bigger spade. And I was like, cool. Maybe, dig quite a deep hole, quite a big hole. That's pretty cool. And then when you started talking about JCBs, I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. You have to earn that. You have to dig a big enough hole that the JCB is necessary. And we let you go as deep, as wide as you want.
And is there restrictions on that? Like, in deep and wide as you want, can you just go take 2 inches off the top of the soil for a 1 mile circle?
Okay. Maybe you get like a half-mile square, and we're just like, this is yours for a day.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, you'll fill it back in unless you pay for another day.
Oh, okay. Right. And we just keep, I just keep getting bigger and bigger tools until eventually I've hired Bagger 288.
Yeah.
And I'm just churning down through the countryside.
Now, here's the big thing.
Okay.
I think this is what's going to keep people sticking around.
Mhm.
You got bigger tools. You got a JCB. You got a bigger JCB. You're in line for maybe not the Bagger 288, the enormous drilling machine that can make incredibly huge, unfathomably large mines. Maybe you're in line for the smaller one, but this is going to keep you going. The chance to get the next one. Also, there becomes a factor in this, which is as you hit the bigger pieces of machinery, it costs less and less to get them, because effectively we are now employing you as a miner. So their rates get heavily subsidized at the higher tiers.
Yeah, I was going to add that. One of my first questions was going to be, what if I dig something up?
This is if you dig something up, you get, it depends how much, but you'll get that off your bill. Yeah.
Oh, that comes off the bill. I don't get to keep it.
You'll have the choice, either keep it or off the bill.
Okay.
But there's, that something has to be like an ancient artifact or something kind of cool. All ores and fuel and oil depots you find down there, that belongs to the company.
All right, I have further clarification questions.
Right, okay, yeah.
What if I get stuck in the hole?
Getting stuck in a hole, well, that sucks. That sucks for you. I mean, this is why we start you off in the smaller pieces of equipment. This is why we don't let you go in the enormous digger from the beginning with like the 20-meter long shovel in it. Because we know that people can't handle it. People get excited. They want the shiny bit of kit right at the start, but they need to start with the little gardening piece of equipment to build their knowledge of how to dig a good hole.
I see.
Otherwise, there is a finder's fee. And by finding, I mean finding you in the hole and bringing you back out. We will come and save you after your 24 hours are up. We will come and find you. But the safety built in is you have to work. You have to work to get the cool pieces of equipment.
I'm with you. Okay. Now, next question. Do I have to just dig down, or can I dig down and then across?
That's very interesting. We don't usually get that question a lot. That's quite entrepreneurial, like breaking out the bounds we're trying to set here. Typically, people dig down, and they dig down, and they dig down. They try and get to the core to see if the seeds in there, like apples. And we're like, guys, no, please stop. I guess on some level, once you're that far down, once you're 3-4 miles down, it's kind of like international waters in a sense, and we can't really stop you.
Yeah.
We'd rather you didn't go sideways, and because like it's not really for any legal reason, but we just find if you cave into someone else's hole, they get pretty upset.
I mean, I probably wasn't gonna go that far down.
Okay. How far were you thinking about going?
Like maybe 30 feet.
So you and the boys are digging 30 feet down.
30 feet down, and then 30 feet sideways.
Right.
Towards the bank that's just down the road.
Ah, okay. I see. I see what you're trying to. There's easier ways to deposit your money than going right into the vault, Alex.
Huh.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to update the terms and conditions a bit. Maybe actually everything you find in your adventure belongs to us.
Okay.
So that's going to take care of all that nonsense.
What if this is like a worst film of all time TM, Shawshank Redemption situation?
Yeah.
Where we dig down, but also secretly I've dug across at some point, and we've just stuck a poster over the hole where we've dug across. And then the stuff that we're finding as we dig down, we're funneling out through the poster hole.
You are adamant to get around our fairly, admittedly lax security procedures.
I wouldn't do this myself. I'm just saying, these are the sorts of things. If you're pitching me this idea, these are the sorts of things you're going to have to work out.
I'm sure you'll be a very courteous and polite hole digger going down. And theft, yeah, robbing banks. We are kind of maybe training people to rob banks, to escape from prisoner of war camps, from prisons. A lot of these things are badass. At some level, we don't want you to break the law, but robbing a bank is pretty badass.
Yeah.
So it's not that we're angry you do it. It's just so we're a little disappointed. One, that you're trying to hide the money from us, and two, you've not invited us in on the fun. there's also an element of where you could have been a lot more. There's it lacks a bit of showmanship. There's a Bagger 288. These things are enormous. You could drill right through the bank.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But then we also might shred all the money. Bagger 288 is, to be honest, let's be really honest about it. It is a wild animal.
Yeah,
Of a digging machine with a mind of its own.
It gets away from you.
Yeah.
Previous clients have had the problem is by the time you get to a bagger, you're 3-4 months into a mining expedition.
Yeah.
Your lad's holiday, your stag do has become like a stag life. This is now your job. You've been drinking for the past 2 months, and now you're in control of a Bagger 288. It never ends well.
Yeah.
So you are correct.
Now, a related question is, at what point, if you're digging down, do you stop being governed by British law and you are suddenly governed by Australian law instead?
The real problem spot, actually, is when you start getting governed by British law, and then there's miles and miles of mole law. And then you're in the Australian law. The mole people law is brutal.
Yeah.
But on the good side is now you have pretty good digging machines. So you can fend for yourself for the first 400 to 600 meters in mole law.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot of good men to the mole mining raids.
So in order to avoid the mole people situation, do I need to dig down and then just a bit and then around the crust above where the mole people live all the way around, and then I could like horseshoe around the middle and then out in Australia?
That's what we would recommend. Typically, people. I like the spirit. Typically, people talk a big talk. They come in, they say, "We're going to dig. We're going to get to the mole people. We're going to go around. We're going to get to your other base in Australia," because this is now there is an Australia branch of this, by the way. So yes,
okay.
I was
handy.
Yeah. We see a lot of talk though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of talk. There's not very much action. They get. Be honest, 2 or 3 meters down, and they're pretty tired.
Yeah,
and they go to the pub. So I guess my question to you is, what makes you different?
Just pure, unadulterated commitment to the bit, Andrew. Just absolute commitment. That's what it is. If you say that I can't do it, I'm going to do it.
That's actually really interesting. We're currently figuring out our pricing strategy right now, our pricing model, and goading you to go deeper wasn't actually in it. Would you pay more if there was a really like sarcastic, mean foreman?
This is a piddling hole. This is rubbish.
Yeah. It was you, your 3 mates in the stag do, and a project manager.
Yeah. Next question. What happens if it rains while I'm digging the hole and the hole starts to fill up with water?
Okay, so this is a feature, not a bug.
Oh.
We heavily advertise the weather. We no refunds based on weather, but we recommend people you go first on a dry day. Learn the basics of hole digging. Maybe you do a trial run if you're interested in the wet weather version. And then the wet weather version, you now get sort of an intro to irrigation.
Whoa.
You can have access to pumps.
Oh, wow.
Pipes, things like that. We have we're thinking of having a small service where you can take some of the mining money you're earning.
Yeah.
And then buy effectively staff. So you can rent per day or per hour some staff to come down and help you get all dry out this hole.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
How do you feel about this in general? Happy?
I feel pretty good about it. I have like one kind of edge case concern.
Okay.
Which is that I dig so deep that we wake up a Balrog.
So this is like digging too deep, getting too greedy.
Yeah.
Very big concern for us. We ask you to take off all rings and jewelry that could be haunted by some, dark spirit that could be corrupting your mind.
Yeah.
Take that off before you go in the hole.
Can I rent a Gandalf? just in case there is a Balrog situation specifically?
Among the many things we read is personal security. This is primarily for the mole people problem,
Okay.
because though they live very deep, their raiding parties have been getting a lot braver. So we were seeing them up north. By north, I mean near the surface of the earth, a lot more than we normally do. But I believe our trained mole men fighters could probably defend you against the Balrog for a little bit. So our basic pricing structure: you get a bit of land, and it's time based, and you buy some tools. How much? Give me roughly what you would budget for this weekend. You're here for 2 days. What would you budget for this? What would you expect from that?
Okay, question. So in 2 days, how deep do you think I'm going to get?
That's entirely on you.
And can I immediately rent a bigger machine, or do I have to have dug the hole to prove myself first?
We wouldn't throw you onto an enormous piece of machinery first, but we might let you get like a big shovel, or like your 3 friends would get shovels and 1 person would get a small JCB.
Oh,
so you would have access to that very, very early on.
So for the weekend, for 2 days, I would pay as a group.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the number in my head is £2,000.
Okay, so for a group, is this including any of the add-ons? Is this including the mole resistance army? Is this including the sonic guns that can drive the moles away? Is this including the Bagger 288, or is this pure base level? I want to dig a hole with a JCB and some shovels, and we come pick up dirt every few hours.
So this is the way that I've worked this out is across 2 days. Like, I want to be having solid fun for that entire 2-day period, and the amount that I would pay for that is £1,000 per day.
Right. Okay.
And I want everything included in that.
Food, drinks.
I want the whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you imagine? So this is good market research for me, actually. Do you imagine sleeping in the hole? Do you require a tent?
Yeah, I feel that's part of it.
Okay.
Like, we own this hole now. It's ours. We sleep in it. We have to protect it from other hole diggers as well, who might come along and, like, because that is definitely a thing when you're at the beach. You dig a hole, you go for a sandwich, and by the time you get back, some other kids are in your fucking hole.
I'm gonna have to cut you off right there, actually, because this is a problem we face, and that insurance costs extra. We do get some jealous parties in. They go, oh, there's a lot of shiny stuff in their hole. The hole's deeper than mine. The hole's less wet than mine, and they do try and take your hole. That insurance, make sure that doesn't happen, is a little bit extra.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would definitely want to take that out.
Okay. Is this £2,000 per person, or
no, £2,000
flat for everything?
Yeah, flat.
Okay. How much would you pay to rent the 288?
I feel like at the point at which I'm gonna get the 288, I'm digging up enough that it's paying for itself.
That is
true. It doesn't matter how much
case.
expensive it is. Like, if I want to go straight in with that, I'm expecting to pay £100,000 a day. But by the time that becomes worthwhile, we're getting that brown coal out, we're selling that stuff, we're making a lot of money there.
It's when you have to start laying the train tracks, that's when the profit really starts coming in for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that pitch, Andrew.
I'm glad you sort of liked it so much.
Yeah. I can imagine you and me and James and Nathan and Pete and Elliot digging a really good 6-person hole, living in the hole, maybe being down there for like a month or 2.
I think there'd be a really exciting moment when you go so deep, you're like, oh shit, I need to start digging in paths to get out. Or when you need to dig in a path to get like the truck down, I think you'd feel very satisfied.
Yeah. Once you got the scaffolding in, that you got the big curly whirly round kind of spiral path down the inside of the hole.
Yeah. That's when the money comes in. That's when you get the good ore.
Yeah.
Ooh,
when it's dark down there and you're looking up and you just see the sun pass over for like 25 minutes a day. It's so deep.
Oh, when you have a pickaxe and those little hats with a light on it.
Oh yeah.
Then you're fucking mining.
Yeah, you got a canary in a bird cage.
Oh oh god, this is the good spin out business idea, which is all the mining equipment, but from like 1852.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Bad pitch.
Bad, yeah.
If a listener had a really good pitch
Mm-hmm.
or a problem they really need solving,
Mm-hmm.
what should they do with that feeling?
Well, Andrew, what they should do is they should send us a tasty little email. And they should email us at our email address, which is brainsontheoutside@gmail.com. Just let us know what that problem is. And I guarantee we will solve it with an absolutely 110% viable, feasible, doable business idea.
I mean, they've heard of my digging a hole business. The audience will know that we can get out these good ideas.
They truly.
You say you paid £2,000 for it for over a weekend. This weekend, I ain't earning £2,000, but with this business idea, I would.
£2,000 a weekend for the entire year. That's £104,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
When you phrase it like that, I'm like, maybe I should open a hole digging business.
That's £104,000 salary. That's a lot of money, man.
That's after tax as well. That's still a lot.
Do you have one last idea for us, Andrew, today?
Yes, I do. It's a business called Getting You Out of the Hole You Dug. And we do two things. We get you out of the physical hole you dug, and we get you out of the conversational hole you dug.
Oh, man. Keep your brain on the outside, Andrew.
Keep your brain on the outside, Alex.